That's right. I too was a child in the 90s.
Let's see. So this one is called The Unbearable Remorse of Little Bunny Foo-Foo.
Okay. I forget in the song, does Little Bunny Foo-Foo ever learn?
I think he ends up being alone in like the great. Isn't it the Great Fear? What does she do at the end of this one?
Does she like kill him?
It's Dolby Atmos, baby.
You know what we need in a very small apartment? Surround sound.
Yes.
That's needed. I'm excited for you to attempt to prove me wrong.
Well, it is for me.
Yeah.
So you can prove me wrong.
Where the hell are you going to put these surrounds?
You guessed one of them.
What the hell? You're going to put more speakers behind your monitor?
The monitor's good. Yeah, we got a monitor on for it. I mean, you could make that's probably a better spot for it compared to having some of the left-firing speakers blasting off in
All I hear is justify, rationalize. Who does up their fan like this?
Who does up one fan like what?
Your fan wasn't screwed in all the way.
It's called shock absorption.
This might be a tall order for someone who didn't bother to screw their fan in all the way, but do you have a feather duster?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. It's not feather, it's a Swiffer duster.
Yeah, that's fine. This looks like the comb over my old boss at NCIX had.
Oh,
He watches sometimes, so hopefully he'll see that. Come on. These awful USB 3 connectors.
Oh, yeah.
The plastic housing came off the board with the connector.
Right.
Well, no, but I mean, someone will someday.
I am selling it to Harrison. I'm giving it to Harrison because he needs a new one.
You're giving it to him? Because you said selling on the first
Yeah, I
day.
know, but then I sounded greedy and I didn't like it.
You're just gonna stack them?
Yeah, man.
This is seriously where you're putting this too?
For now.
I can't even use North American swear words to express how I feel.
Merde.
It's lucky none of this lights on.
It's also cool how you got this out without even disengaging the lock.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
it's really efficient.
Yeah. You should just save in time left, right, and center.
Oh, sorry, I had the motherboard there. It was an accident.
HR!
This is very tedious work, but it's going to be worth it. The last thing you want is a brand new build with some stanky, dusty, disgusting fan in it that draws your eye to it immediately. Oh, don't get that close. Too close. Nope.
I also picked up a 12 terabyte Exos hard drive. This is recertified. It only had 32 hours on it. We did a whole video about how you can buy a used hard drive now. It's okay.
That's used. It's not they weren't recertified.
This is like what they did is that they just replaced the memory controller on it, right? Well, who knows? It's gonna
Exactly. Who knows? That's the whole point. You don't know what they did to recertify it.
Tybee told me to buy it, and he's the biggest storage nerd I know right now.
Ask him if he has any recertified drives in his computer.
In his Unraid server, he says it's full of them.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know what's really annoying about these Think servers? They just come with these little things.
Right.
Come at the front of the port.
Right. So why would you injection mold just a little bit more plastic to hold a hard drive when you can injection mold garbage that goes into a landfill?
And you can sell hard drive mounts for $20 a pop. The hard part when there's no caddies, you just kind of have to shove it in there and hope it goes in the slot.
I noticed you have a new power supply. That makes sense. You're running a 7900 XTX.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why we've got this Cooler Master 850 watt, 80 plus gold modular power supply. I mean, the 750 might have done it, but it would have been.
Yeah, I had issues with the 5700 XT spiking with transients and shutting the whole computer off, so...
So based on your issues, you bought the exact same power supply, but at a slightly higher rating.
The only one you can get that goes higher is like a 1,000-watt power supply, and it's like $400, and I didn't want to pay for that. I had a budget.
I mean, I hope this is at least a new revision that handles transient spikes better.
I did a lot of testing to make sure that this wouldn't be a problem.
You claim to care about noise because you've got anti-vibration nonsense on things and you're not screwing your fans in all the way. But then you're mounting an SSD so it's sitting in your case like this.
It never bothered me.
You've gone B650i Aorus Ultra for the new one. DDR5, 2.5 gig LAN. That's going to give you nice, fast access to whatever's on your NAS. Do you have 2.5 gig LAN on your NAS?
Nope.
Cool. Remember back in the day, you'd buy a step-down motherboard and it'd be like, oh, well, there's no overclocking and like coming USB support, and I sure hope you don't want to put any M.2 drives in there. Not anymore. What's cool about this platform is that even though this is their B650 mid-tier chipset, it does have support for PCIe Gen 5 storage. So in the future, if Gen 5 drives are ever necessary, 3 M.2 supported on this board. There's your 2.5 gig LAN, lots of USB 3, and of course, overclocking support. Thanks, AMD. And then for our CPU, we've gone 7600X. This is about the bang for the buck-ness, like, gaming CPU out there right now. I'm loving this thing.
I wanted an X3D chip, but the timing didn't work out.
Yeah, X3D Ryzen 7000 is looking like it's going to be sick. What are you doing with that old soundbar?
I'm probably just gonna sell it. It's a good bar. Okay. Like 100?
For me.
65.
I'll give you said 60 before.
I'll give you 75.
75, it goes to him.
I could use a soundbar.
Here's another great demonstration of how monstrous this thing is. It's the size of the love seat.
The amount of tech things that you bring into this home.
What happened?